What's up guys, it's your boy Nexus here from the Nexus Hub. I hope everybody's having a great day. Today I'm just going to be showing you my stream setup, all what I use on a day-to-day basis, the computer components, all the equipment. As you can see, I'll be going through it one by one with you, just obviously just show you what I use on a day-to-day basis, and how it improves my gaming and all sorts. So what we got here, we'll start from the smallest, is the Logitech G502 Hero gaming mouse with completely customizable remap buttons, or whatever you would want to call it. So I'll explain this a little bit. So here I got that these weren't assigned when I believe at the beginning, so I've assigned these to a couple buttons in game. So obviously I play Fortnite quite a lot, so if anyone actually plays Fortnite, I use these as my build buttons. So yeah, build buttons, walls, roofs, stairs, and on the side here, this is what I like to call the laser button. So basically with that, when I'm playing, obviously I have my sensitivity quite low when I play, but when I press this, it halves it. So imagine when you're aiming and you're like, oh, I can't hit him because my sensitivity's too high, and you half it. I can laser people out of the sky with that thing, so it's pretty good. It's got all the buttons on it are completely remappable. These two buttons here do the DPI up and down, but the problem with that was when I'm playing and I accidentally hit that button, it was turning my sensitivity up. So I had to unmap these when I play Fortnite, just because I kept hitting them. And imagine you're in the middle of a gunfight and suddenly your sensitivity doubles. So that's what that is. I got that at Christmas. It's a brilliant mouse. I would recommend it to anybody. Alright, so start off and let's move on to the keyboard. So this is my keyboard. Autofocus, just get that on there. This is the ROG Claymore, I believe. I can't actually find the information. Where is it? I did write it down somewhere. I wanted to give some specifics. Okay, right, here it is. So this is the Asus ROG Claymore Core fully mechanical gaming keyboard MX Red. You can complete with, I'll explain this a little bit later, with my components inside my computer kind of synergize with this. I'll explain the software in a little bit, but also it comes with this little nifty attachment here. So detached, you can stick it on either side. I tend to keep it on this side for some stream key binding, so I can make obviously my funny noises as I explained before. But with this, it's got great clicks. It sounds absolutely beautiful. It plays absolutely beautiful. The absolute best keyboard I've ever owned. Yeah, that does the volume, but that doesn't matter at the moment. But yeah, that one, it's quite an expensive keyboard. This one's about 150 quid. Also, the mouse is about 80 quid. It's quite expensive kit. But yeah, I would 100% recommend this keyboard to anybody. What else we got? So this is the C922 Logitech 1080p webcam. This was recommended for any streamers getting started, or just for any streamers in general. Obviously there is better, like a way you can get away with it. You can get like professional cameras, but they're very, very expensive, and they're crystal clear when you record with them. So obviously that's a far away project away, but this 100% will do, and it does record in 1080p, and when I do stream it does look really nice. So I would recommend that as well for people starting out streaming. So yeah, it is a good webcam. With this is just a basic microphone. You've probably heard in some of my videos that this, pardon me, this does make a little bit of sound in the background. So I will be replacing this with a decent microphone, and hopefully I'm going to get one of them stands. The kind of like you can angle it from anywhere and just have it in front of your face, so don't hear any of the clicking from the keyboard or the mouse. So yeah, that's that. That's basically my desk kit. Alright, what we got here is the Ilyama. It's the Ilyama mono. I don't really know much about this one, but I know it's got 75 megahertz, 75 hertz a second. It's got FreeSync. It's at 1440p. I don't know if you can see it here. Yeah, so it's Gmaster GB2730QSU 2560 times 1440. I can't actually use it in that. That's just what I have it basically as standard, but when I game, I can't game on that sensitivity because when I stream, it absolutely kills my game and, well, kills the stream basically because it's just too much quality. Yeah, I've got a basic monitor just for, you know, this is where I have my Streamlabs open. So when I'm doing like scene transitions, starting the, like I've got the chat here. Usually, I'll be able to see myself around here, usually. And then just see if it's, and then usually down here I've got, with just basically stream checks to see if it's running okay. So I've got like FPS, I've got CPU usage, just to see if it's being strained at all. But yeah, usually it works fine, but I do have to tweak it quite a lot. Alright, so let's get down to this little attachment here. I don't use this often at the moment because unfortunately having a USB extender can affect some of your items' performances because it is split from one USB. So some things might work at like half the power the more you have plugged in, so I don't technically use it until I have to. So right, let us get down to the computer. So I have to get on the floor for. So this out. So this is my baby. It has approximately 7 fans in, 3 at the top, 1 at the back, 3 at the front. It's a nice little machine. The fans obviously just to keep it cool. So I'll start. Apologies. So I'll start from the tippy top. So we've got the Sahara P35 mid tower case. That come about £37 rounded off. The case is rather slick and clean. It's kind of like got I wouldn't know what you call it. It's like a shadowed glass, tinted glass. That's the one, tinted glass. So it really like softens the light on screen. You can on the camera you can see it really, the colours really clearly, but to me they're really like kind of slick. It looks really nice in the case. So I've got a nice fat thick glass panel here as well, so I can see all inside my case. I see the beauty of it inside. And what else have we got? We've got the power supply unit, which I believe is Corsair. It's a VS650 watt 80 plus. Don't know what that means, but it's top of the range. I believe for what I need anyway. It just powers the computer. We got the Asus ROG Strikes, which is the motherboard, but you can't really see it because of all the colour. But it's behind this big van here. So I've got the Asus ROG Strikes 8X470F Gaming AM4 DDR4 ATX motherboard, and that comes at around £152. It's a good motherboard. It fits everything I want to in it. I believe I've got 2 more RAM slots in there, so I can double my RAM as well if I want to. I'm not sure what else I can add to it. There may be another slot. I don't know. My graphics card's quite large. I don't know if there's another slot for another graphics card in there, but we'll leave that for now. So what else we got here? So we got the AMD Ryzen 7 2700X AM4 processor with RGB Wraith Prism cooler. So I believe that's the processor. It is the processor. So behind that is the processor. It's a little chip, and this is the big ass fan on it that's used to cool it. And it's doing a good job so far. It hasn't blown up, so that's good. And it runs absolutely perfectly at the moment. So what else have we got here? The Crucial MX 500 500GB SSD, which is this little block here. It allows me to, when I don't actually know what it does. When I shift files between things, I believe my hard drive and my SSD, it sends the information, the data over a lot quicker. It's a super something drive, I can't remember what it's called. As you can see, I'm not very computer literate, but I'm doing my best to show you what I've got. But yeah, one of these is absolutely necessary for when you're transferring data across, which I do quite often. I store a lot of games on here. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's full at the moment, so I will need to spend some time transferring them over. And I'm pretty sure it helps load things a lot faster. So what else have we got? Got the WD Blue 2TB 3.5-inch SATA desktop hard drive. And I'm pretty sure you can't see it because it's underneath this black thing here, but it's a big blocky hard drive. The 2TB, what can you expect? So I got an Asus external slim 8X DVD RW black, which is, I'm pretty sure is just a disc reader, which is nothing great. It's 20 quid, it just reads discs because I haven't got a disc slot in this computer, as you can see. No disc slots anywhere, so I can't, you know, install games like anybody else would. What else? So these two bright prisms of light here, the beams of light, these are my RAM sticks. They are the the G-Skill Trident Z RGB 16GB kit DDR4 3000 MHz RAM, and I believe these came together. We came as a 16GB package. They're obviously two separate cards, but together they come across at £150. So they are quite expensive, but they are very good and they look absolutely awesome. I can't complain about that. I love the insides of this computer. So we've obviously done the Ace ROG keyboard. So let's get to the graphics card now. It's the Asus AMD Radeon RX 580 ROG Strix OC 8GB graphics card, which comes at £325. This thing is an absolute spaceship, mate. I can't express enough how insane this graphics card is. When I held it, when I was building it with my dad, when I held it in my hands, my word, I'd never felt anything like it. It was so big. I can't put anything in comparison to it, but this, just trust me, this thing's huge. And I know a lot of people be thinking, oh, why is this all AMD? I'll tell you soon. But all of this software, all these parts work together to, I don't know what exactly it does, but these all work together and synergize together, so it's not point just mixing it up with any NVIDIA stuff at the moment. Obviously, if I want to upgrade, which right now I don't need to, I need to build another computer, but right now this computer is top of the range for what I want it to do. So what else have we got? That is it. That is everything, guys. So it's my big beautiful PC. I hope you guys enjoyed the little video I've made for you today. I'm sorry it's a little bit long because it's just how I am. I'm quite in depth with my things. I'm sorry if I missed any information. Just look how neat it is in there as well. My dad did a really good job with this. He obviously he did all the wiring and whatnot, and he practically put it all together. I refuse to touch the processor because it's so finicky and I don't want to break it. But he's done a really good job putting all this together, and I really couldn't thank him enough for it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Rexus from the Nexus Hub. I can't do it. Hold on, let me swap hands. Have a good day, guys. Peace.